The sort of students who join RGS Sixth Form are passionate about their studies, they're curious, they're independent, and they're ambitious. And we find that this is an environment, or they find that this is an environment in which they can be successful. It's the sort of place where it's okay to be keen. We almost never hear the phrases "SWAT" or "try hard" because the people around you are all passionate about their subjects too. And so it's a very easy place to study and to immerse yourself in your subjects and in life, sixth form life in general, and to be successful. Our sixth form is friendly, busy, happy. I think those are the three words that I would use to describe it. Our small size means that we are an incredibly friendly place, a community where you get to know people around you and where you are known. And it makes it a really dynamic and positive place. I love the fact that this is a sixth form where people do know one another so well. And one of the things that we say to our students from the very beginning is that they're choosing to join a sixth form which is at the heart of a school rather than an elite sixth form college or a community which is separate unto itself. Our sixth form is the beating heart of our school, and we expect our students in the sixth form to be leaders and to be role models pretty much from day one. And that is what we are, and I think that makes us a very special place. To students considering us as a sixth form option, I would say we would love to meet you. I have been here longer than I can remember, and I love it. It is, in my opinion, and I am hopelessly biased, I know, but in my opinion, it is the best school and the best sixth form, the friendliest sixth form anywhere. I hope that you will take the opportunity to come and see our school, to meet our students, to ask them your questions, and hopefully, I believe that you'll get that response from them as well, that it is a school where you will be successful, where you will be welcomed, and where you will thrive. We are not an exam factory. Despite our excellent academic results, we are so much more than that and so much more focused upon the broader range of opportunity and of education to create students who are ready to go beyond school and into their lives and careers beyond that. So whether it's performing on stage or in a choir or an ensemble, whether it's shining on the sports field or in the debating chamber, whether it's mentoring younger students in the classroom or undertaking fundraising for Young Enterprise or Prince's Trust, whatever your interests, we encourage you to go way beyond the classroom. In fact, we expect it of our students that they're not simply focused on the academics. And in fact, it's so important to us that we put aside 3 specific opportunities during the course of each week, which are dedicated to non-academic enrichment. So we have Wednesday afternoons student societies, and we encourage our students, these are student-led societies, we encourage our students to set up their own, but we have, for example, this year the Medic Society, the Vet Society, the Eco Society, the Geo Society, the Film Society, Law Society, Literature Society, Art Society. So lots of opportunities to lead one another through the process of exploring different interests and opportunities. Often the societies will bring in speakers or will conduct their own research. Wednesday afternoons is non-academic enrichment, and this is the opportunity for 80 minutes or 2 hours for students to undertake sport, music, art, Young Enterprise, a range of different very decidedly not academic activities. And we actually insist at this point that there is no study to be done until we get very close to exams and students desperate for it. And then on Friday afternoons, we have a further enrichment opportunity, which is rather more super curricular. And here we look at things like study after school, through university applications, through apprenticeships. We look at things which we feel are relevant to our students at that time, like safe driving or winter driving and car maintenance. We also use these opportunities to talk about some of the big issues like gender, like race, like equality and consent. And so there are these numerous opportunities for students to think and develop and acquire skills that are far beyond the classroom. It is competitive to access our sixth form. We have an entry requirement of 6 grade 6s at GCSE, but in reality, students who come into the sixth form will have higher grades than that. And they will find that the pace of learning and the step up from GCSE is significant here. We will work at a very fast pace, And teachers will expect their students to be independent, to be driven, to be resilient. And that means doing a significant amount of work beyond the classroom, reading and consolidating notes, asking when you're unsure. And your teachers here are actually much more like guides than they are there to spoon feed you. So that's part of the challenge of study at this level, and it is something which our students absolutely thrive on. The student-teacher relationship in sixth form is an absolutely critical factor. Our teachers are passionate about their subjects, and they are very keen that their students share that passion. And so what students consistently comment to us in our sort of feedback is that they really value those strong teacher-student relationships. And as a specialist, having chosen a subject as a specialist, they find it very, very easy to immerse themselves in that subject area. And they find that the support from their teachers is very different and very much more close than it was at GCSE. We have around about 300 students in our sixth form. That's 150-ish in lower sixth and in upper sixth. And once again, we're quite small compared to some of our neighbours. And this, I think, for me, most importantly, means it's really hard to get lost here socially or academically. You are part of a group that knows one another from day one and is known. It's very unlikely you're going to walk past a student in a corridor one day and never see them again. You're going to know your peers really well. And as teachers and sixth form pastoral staff, we feel it's really important that we know you very well as well. So it's a wonderful opportunity to join a community, and particularly at a time when everything is kind of being mixed up as new students join us and new friendships are formed. There is such a huge range of things that students from RGS go on to do beyond school. The majority will go on to university and to study in higher education, and roughly 3/4 will go into Russell Group and onto their first choice universities to study. But also a significant number will undertake art foundation courses, will undertake degree apprenticeships or school leaver training programs. Some will go and study abroad. We've had a couple of students this year on scholarships, sports scholarships in America. So a wide range of options and opportunities, and a significant number will take a gap year or a year away from education, either to gain further experience or just to properly consider their options. And we regard that as a really good choice. The worst thing in the world is to rush into what you're not sure of. And when they do go to university to study, or when they go into careers beyond, the range is absolutely huge. And so you've got your traditional sort of what you might call grammar school standards of engineering and the STEM subjects. But then we also have dancers and stage performers. We have people going to illustration, into marine biology, into architecture, quantity surveying, land management, real estate, and English literature and art. Fine art are always really popular options as well. So there's just a huge range of possibilities out there, and we love that our students seize these and take some very diverse routes beyond school. Universities and employers consistently tell us that they're looking for young people who are curious, who are ambitious, who are passionate, who are independent, who are committed. And those qualities, alongside the work that they do in the classroom, are really important to us. So we engage in a range of opportunities for them to acquire the sorts of skills that they may need at university, from their work on EPQs and open online courses, the MOOCs. You'll have heard elsewhere about our +1 program, which again is very much focused on students acquiring study skills and experience which lies beyond the curriculum. And we also take these opportunities to bring students voices from beyond school, from universities, from from apprenticeships and degree apprenticeships, from gap year providers, and from our own students, and I'll talk about this a bit later, our own students who come back to talk about their experiences. And then alongside that, our pastoral programme and our enrichment programme tackle a range of things, from budgeting to car maintenance to eating healthily, and aspects of law as well. So there's a wide range of things that we feel are relevant to our students and which we fit in alongside their academic studies to prepare them and I think prepare them very well for life beyond school. Our careers department is highly engaged with students from pretty well day one in the sixth form, and we're beginning to start thinking about the plan, we call it the plan beyond school, from a very early stage, and beginning to explore the options available without trying to pin everything down in a few months, but looking at options so that our students are well informed and well supported about what lies beyond our school. And each student will receive bespoke and individual support as they make those decisions and consider the options available to them. So, like any school, we have a field of alumni of whom we're very proud. We have an Archbishop of Canterbury, we have world famous scientists and mathematicians, we have leading national newspaper editors. So there's a long history of students, Olympians as well, of course, a long history of students of whom we're incredibly proud. And a thriving student body, alumni network, the Old Riponians, who we love the fact that they will come back into school on a regular basis, that they will talk to our sixth form students about their experiences and their choices. They're very happy to provide professional advice and guidance and mentoring to students following in their footsteps. And through our careers department, our former students are also very often in school talking to Careers Club and just giving the benefit of their experience and their advice and wisdom gleaned across the years. In terms of the new sixth form year group each year, the vast majority of our own students do stay on into sixth form and will continue to study with us. But we absolutely love the fact that about a third of the intake, a third of the year group is made up of students who are new to Ripon Grammar School. And what this means is at the point where some students will be coming to places where they don't know people, others will have friends here already. Everyone's in the same boat, everyone is making new friends, everyone is starting really a whole new set of courses and almost a new school afresh. So it's a great leveller. In terms of ensuring a smooth transition, we're in touch with our new students pretty much from application. Our sixth form team will be in touch regularly, answering questions, updating. And once we get to the stage where we know students will be joining us, we will assign them a buddy who is from the current year group already at Ripon Grammar School, who's volunteered for the role, and they will be in touch to welcome each individual. And they'll be there on our induction day in the summer to show you around, to get to know you, and from day one for the first few weeks until you feel totally acclimatised, they'll be there to help you. The current upper sixth as well will be a very big part of the process of helping that transition. In fact, we have a dedicated school officer, one of our deputy head boy or head girls, whose job is to look after students who are joining us and to arrange a whole series of support meetings and chats and activities to help that whole transition process. So sixth form team, current students, upper sixth students, there's a strong process to help that induction. And we do find that students joining us do settle very, very quickly and very successfully. And within a few weeks, we stop calling them new students almost straight away. And within weeks, a student who's joined us absolutely fresh is almost indistinguishable from a student who's been here for 5 long years. So the views and opinions of our students, student voice is really important to us, and we survey our students regularly at the end of every year and as they leave us about their experience, about what they feel we could do better, what they've really enjoyed. And this is always overwhelmingly positive. Students will be absolutely frank with us in areas that they feel they would like us to take steps and to develop what we do, and we will always respond to that. But they also overwhelmingly tell us that they love the relationships with their teachers, that the strength of those working relationships is something that's constantly remarked upon. They feel very supported as individuals within this environment. They feel challenged to be successful, but also supported to be successful. They feel cared about, and they feel that they matter and that their views matter. I hope you will come along to our open evening and meet us then. And we look forward perhaps to seeing you in the next intake in September.